Well, there are few things that the Robertsons enjoy more than duck season, but if you're one of the millions of fans of their reality show, then you know that family comes first, and you can see their love for one another embodied in the life of Missy and Jace's youngest daughter, Mia.
Missy knew her life as the wife of a duck-hunting Robertson would be adventurous, especially with the success of their blockbuster show, Duck Dynasty. But when Missy and Jace's third child, Mia, was born with a cleft palate, they started on a completely different adventure.
When I saw her, in my mind, I thought, okay, this is severe.
Missy shares their family's untold story in her book, Blessed, 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 and how they made it through hard times, finding love in surprising places.
Well, Missy and Mia Robertson are here with us now, and we welcome them to the 700 Club. Mia, you had a big surgery happen last March. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, but I always love to like play cards before, and we always go eat dinner before, and it's really helped me through that, and I know that God's going to be with me.
Yeah, you know, that's a message that you carry to a lot of people as they watch you go through the many processes you've had to go through. And Missy, there have been many. And people use terms about you, Mia. They say you're strong and brave and courageous. And she has been to you, too, to you and to Jace.
Absolutely. You know, when we talk to her about that, she understands the meaning of those words, but she doesn't really apply them to her own life, she says, because, you know, this is all she's ever known. Yeah. It's not like something traumatic happened that changed her life. From the moment she was born, she was introduced to this world through medical devices and doctors and surgeries. And so to her, it's just a way of life. So it's kind of hard to talk about that with her. Well,
the surgery you had in March was a big surgery, right? That's the one where they took a piece of bone from your hip and...
Now, that was last year.
That was last year.
Yes, this year we had what was called the distraction surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And it was much more difficult than we anticipated. So.
And a lot of what Mia has had to endure, you have had to walk alongside very closely with, because you've had to do some medical things to help her through this. I mean, as I was reading your book, I thought, ooh, that would have been a challenge for me.
Yes, and I said that too. Ooh, wait, what do I have to do?
Yeah.
You know? So, and the doctor looks at me very confidently and says, you can do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, as a mom, you think about in the future, like, I'll never be able to do that. But when you're faced with it, there's no choice, and it's your daughter, and you want what's best for them until you realize you have to step up.
Yeah. You know, there are a lot of people who think that when a child has a cleft lip or a cleft palate, that there's a simple surgery involved and then fix it and done. Not so.
Not so, no.
Talk a little bit about the process.
Well, there are different varying degrees of cleft lip and palate. So if it was just the lip that was involved, it is mainly just cosmetic. One or two surgeries and you're done. But with the palate, then the child grows, and every child grows much differently from another child. So you just have to be monitored and watched. And so that's where we are with her. Because her palate was involved, then there are so many different surgeries that have to happen, and some that she has had that other children don't have to have, and then vice versa.
Yeah. You all have been able to be a really big encouragement to lots of other families going through this, and you've deliberately used your public persona to do that. Talk about how God's used you.
Well, it started last year with the bone graft surgery, and we asked A&E if they would like to cover it. And it scared them a little bit, because we are a comedy show, basically. People like to laugh at us and with us. And they did not want that to happen with Mia.
But they like your realness.
They do like the realness, and that's why we really pushed them on this. And I'm so glad that they took the chance, because I think we have helped so many people with that Stand By Mia episode, or we really looked into the aspect of what it takes to really undergo a surgery of that magnitude. And then, of course, the support that we received after that surgery was enormous from the fans. So many cards and letters and gifts, we could not even keep up. And we realized we cannot just say, look at us and look what we've been through, but you can do it too, with a lot of the encouragement, hopefully, and the hope that we're giving people.
Mia, everybody rallies around you. You have a wonderful family, and everybody gathers around you when you have to go through one of these procedures. But when it's over, you're the one who has to endure the pain. How do you do that? How do you get through that painful time?
I just have my family with me, and my friends and my cousins, and they come over to my house and we like just play like card games, and we just play board games or anything.
You know, I love the part in the book about your two cousins that had to write about, was it the bravest person that they had ever met? And they wrote about you. What did you think of that?
It was very sweet, and I really like that because it helped me too.
Yeah, helped you realize the influence you can have on people, how much they're impressed by your courage and your strength. You first discovered that Mia was going to be born with this condition through an ultrasound.
Yes.
What did you and Jace go through with that? Because every parent wants to just have their baby and go on with life and live the way they want to.
Absolutely. Well, we saw it at 31 weeks gestation. Jason wasn't even there with me that day because that was supposed to be the fun ultrasound where we just get to see the fat cheeks and the fingers and toes and all. And that's when we saw the cleft. So Lisa, my sister-in-law, was with me, and she called Jace, and he came up to the hospital. And, you know, people said, how did you handle that first initial moment? And it was difficult, and we handled it different ways. I, of course, immediately started praying for God to heal her in my womb.
Yeah.
And when Jace arrived about 30 minutes later, you know, he looked at me and he said, well, we're just going to have to teach her that beauty's on the inside. And that told me that he had accepted it, and I wanted to punch him. Yeah. I thought, no, we just need to
on your knees with me.
That's right. I just like, no, that's not, I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah.
But those words have been an anchor for me since then, because not only is she beautiful on the inside, she's beautiful on the outside as well.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Absolutely. You have something called the Mia Moo Fund. Tell me about that, because it's making a difference.
We started that from the Stand By Mia episode last year because we realized, again, so much of the support that came from people all across the nation. And we realized we can help other people who were in the same situation as we were, not just with financial support, but with information that we lacked at that time. So miamoo.org is there for people to go and look at and read and learn about cleft lip and palate, and also be able to apply for funds to help these families.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's so many places where you can go to help children in other countries.
Yes.
But we found out there was not that many. We're right here in America.
Yeah.
Families who are working and have insurance and all, but are still left with quite a large bill.
So where do things stand for Mia now? I mean, you're right, she is beautiful on the outside, but what has to happen? You're still growing.
Yes. She's actually going through a major growth spurt right now. So Dr. Jenna Cove at the International Craniofacial Institute is where we are, and it's a magnificent place, but they do follow her very closely. And because she is growing right now, they're taking a break. So we're just watching her, monitoring her. She may be done, she may not be done. That's according to the doctors and according to our God. Hopefully that, you know, we will be on a break for a while. But we're confident that we're at the best place possible and that we can endure whatever lies ahead.
Well, I know you can, because we've all seen what you've done in the past. And Mia, your strength and your bravery has impacted even people in, not just cousins in your family, but people in your class, as you've been brave enough to wear your head apparatus to school. And you just have such a knowledge of who you are as a person. That's pretty significant for a young girl, you know. Wonder what God's got in mind for you. Must be really special. Want to say the book is really special too. We thank you both for being with us. It's called Blessed, Blessed, Blessed. You can read more of their journey in this book, which is available nationwide. A book of encouragement, whether it's a cleft scenario that you're dealing with or something else in life. Our God is strong and He will get us through.